Nittany Lions and the Buckeyes. A rivalry born of one side setting the standard and the other trying to climb the mountain. And we are on the cusp of dotting the I on a great clash in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will come out first. Penn State dominated the Buckeyes the last time these two rivals got together.
And if you dominate the Ohio State Buckeyes, the entire country takes notice. It was so impressive what Penn State did. Let's see if they can do it again today.
Fun to make a statement. You were a punchline for a long time in this rivalry game, but to punch through and to punch back and to knock them out, it was a big day for the Nittany Lions.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
There he goes. And he ran away from the crowd.
Coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Nestles it in at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. To the air, it's Van Buren. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Now on second down. They'll run it. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the right. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use me.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. For the many fans of the program, they started this season dreaming of a national championship. That dream breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Nittany Lions are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Makes the grab. It's Williams. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The Nittany Lions back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Plows through the defense. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Got it behind the line. It's Denmark. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Back to throw. It's Van Buren. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. He leaves it with the back. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Give to the running back. Spins away from the defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bell. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
To the air. It's Van Buren. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off play action. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Turning it on! He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. We really sense that Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games, and how do they play against Ohio State, a big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes, and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
Pulls it in. It's Hawkins. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance offense. And right here, just chews up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State. The extra point here would tie the game.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Trying play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it down the left. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Got his man quickly. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Buckeyes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Grabbed in the middle. It's Porter. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Texas Tech endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Lubbock, and the Red Raiders came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to go up top. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the back. Caught over the middle. It's Hawkins. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Line gets set, first down. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
It's complete to the right. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry.
Oh, he's got some space. He smashes his way through again. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on first and 10. Quick completion to the right.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens. You could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
They dial up on second and a long way to go. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Quarterback moving. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He'll try to do it himself. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Just enough time to get off one more snap. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Splits the uprights. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Scanning the field, it's Van Buren. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Catch in the middle. It's Porter. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State in the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Motion from the wideout. They'll try to sneak the wide receiver past him on first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with the speed. Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
To get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Smashes it between the uprights. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. Oh, it's out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Great place to start for this offense. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Throwing right. Got him downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Never a doubt. And they go back on top. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And the Nittany Lions can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Crosses to 40. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give is to Williams. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who could run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation.
Touchdown, Penn State! And that one will give them the lead.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's got room. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Wants to throw. It's Van Buren. Physical play there. Forced. Incompletion on first down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Lost to fire on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bell. What a throw! Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Off-play action on first down. Quick completion on the out. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game. Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
They'll run for it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for it.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. give to the lone running back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
At the 40, there he goes. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This time they'll go to the running game. Open space at the 25. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got it in the middle, it's Porter. Great. As they'll keep. Moving, and they've got it at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Gets the back moving. Back to throw. It's Van Buren. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes the grab for the first down. Touchdown, Ohio. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Not a chance he lets that one go. He's bringing it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Makes the catch. It's Denmark. Still running at the 40. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got it right where you want it.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Man, you practice this all week for a reason. The 2-minute situation is so important. I like the completion. I like the first down. Let's see if we can get one more play in real quick before the 2-minute timeout.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Rides to back and leaves it. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Denmark. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The give is to Williams. Got enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quickly to the tight end.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Finds his tight end. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the 1st down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. Huge moment coming here as they try to quiet this raucous, crazy crowd. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions here. In a 2-minute situation, he doesn't force it down the field if it's not open. Check it down to your back, let him go to work, and he comes up with a huge play.
With the run on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Got his man on the right. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Touchdown, Penn State! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And how about this QB coming up clutch in a big moment? Gotta have it. You've dreamed about it your whole life. He puts the ball on the money. They make the catch, take the lead with seconds remaining on the clock.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Back open in the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the last chance comes up empty, and the ball game is over. So Penn State takes down Ohio State, a couple of blue bloods, cornerstone programs in college football, and you know both sides can't wait until they meet again. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.